Welcome everyone to Fated Worlds: The Burning Wind. Sadly, Kelsa is feeling a bit under the weather, and rather than continuing with the main story, I think we're gonna do like a flashback thing, introduce some new characters, and just kind of see where it goes. So it could be super cool and unexpected, or it could blow up, and that's still okay.
That'd still be super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do super cool things. The only thing we do.
So
I was thinking something that I think, at least to me, it seems the easiest not to throw me in there, since that would require me to come up with a character, but to have me as a GM. So I was thinking apocalyptica improv the revenge, where I just give you guys things like, okay, this is like the location you guys are at, where you meet and stuff like that, that I basically help you guys create the world around you, as far as I can come up with stuff on the spot, of course. And then we wing whatever happens from there on.
Okay, so couple of questions. Is this going to be and this isn't necessarily directed to you, Ahasa, but to all of us? Is this going to be at the university, or is this some sort of meeting before then?
I'd sorry, go ahead.
I could see it being at the university. I would definitely see my character positioned there beforehand.
I'd suggest let it depend on, let's just find the characters, let's just see who Kala is playing and who Mark is playing.
Yes.
And then just let it depend on where it'd be sensible where they meet.
Okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then we just spin a story around it, and I'll try to come up with things that might tie you guys into some elements of story that I created before, as well. Maybe we'll see some of these companions you guys met pre Talon Church experiment or something like that. Who knows? Or things to do with Rav when he was, less in a coma, or something like that. So, Kala, tell me, who are you playing? Because I have no idea.
Yeah. I've got two characters on there, but I think I've decided on one. I'll be playing Lord Quentin Marigold.
Fancy.
Indeed. He is local nobility from around the place, Imre. And he's been at the university for a while. He formally inherited his house after his parents passed away in the not too distant past. But he's been at the university for about probably say 2 years now, studying and learning things. Occasionally, having to travel back to do administrative duties. But he mostly spends his time at the university. He's indulging himself the way that noblemen do. He's going to magic school because, of course, I can.
You say because you can?
Yeah, because I can.
You can afford it. Why not?
Yeah, toss some money in that direction. Let's learn magic. So that's Lord Quentin.
All right. Shall I go ahead and introduce my character then? All right. My new character is Joseph Jones, and he's definitely not a ripoff of a well-known character. anyway, I wanted to ask you how much time before our current adventure is this happening?
I suggest we leave that unspecified. I think that's easiest.
Yeah, so maybe in the not too distant past, maybe like parallel to our previous adventures, but like not to our current ones.
Then he is a bandit right now, more that guy who says he's working with them and ripping them all off and running away with the money.
A contra bandit.
Yeah, kind of do that kind of stuff. And yeah, he's was always that bit of a rebel, never really liked doing what he was told, especially not working. Working is a pain. But sometimes you can't help it. And he just went through his life, and well, he is kind of talented, so that might have helped him out. And he has a lot of things. He's like a jack of all trades, but master of none. But he can use sympathy, so that's something great he has learned in the past. So he's not good at it, but hey, he managed to at least learn a bit about it, which is not that bad, I suppose. He has a problem that his grandma is hunting him and trying to get him into a real job. Stop being such a lazy guy that's making all this dangerous stuff, and yeah, that's his life right now.
Okay, so I see that you have beliefs for him.
Yes, I do. I use these beliefs for actually when we got into play in our usual adventure. Okay. So they might not really work that well right now. But I mean, one of them does definitely work. I love the ladies, so I should generally treat them better than the guys. So that's something.
Yeah, too bad Bessie isn't here, so she could be totally oblivious of you treating her better.
Also, he has like this little spark for dramatic stuff. He likes to strike poses when totally randomly. But
is he an anime character?
No, he's definitely not, and he's not a ripoff at all.
What is he based on?
He's based on one of the protagonists from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Right. You told me that.
Yeah. So it's a good anime, but don't expect it to be too well. I can't even explain. Bizarre is fitting. Especially from part 2 onwards. And
okay. So something I have a couple of things that I have written down here that I would like. I'd like one of these to come back into your story. Because I feel it like what I like about these like unusual sessions is that like you guys can have a bit of a say in how the world around your characters shapes. At least I like that really when we did that with Rav. Like the whole thing with Rav, like a lot of that story just came from Brad and Kelsa deciding stuff on the spot there and things like that. Like this whole like book with the wheel on the front was created in that story.
So, viva la révolution, je suis démocratique GM.
Yeah.
You have no power here.
So I'd like to work one of those 3 things in there. Either some of those 5 companions, the little boy or the mind control guy or something like that. Something Faye or something to do with the lady with the raven.
Yeah, I'm kind of into Raven Lady myself. I'd be interested in exploring that whole thing.
Okie dokie.
Joseph definitely sounds like the sort of person that Mathers would have been, or might have been involved with, possibly even before university. Like, maybe maybe they either went there at the same time, or one convinced the other to go there, and maybe we can play out like sort of that first day, or even time like leading up to it, like just before, something like that.
I have a suggestion, but you guys should see if you think it's something. What if you guys originally met off screen, or whether we do that on screen right now, when Joseph was trying to rip off Mathers, and Mathers caught him. Mathers caught him, but didn't get angry, but was like, "Hey, this is a useful fellow. We can do something together." And then you guys kind of built up this like. Yeah, this kind of friendliness, even though it starts with Joseph trying to rip off Mathers.
I mean, that's fine by me. I would kind of object by meeting at the university, or at least he's not attending university at that point. I think that's something that will come up later in our main story, why he might or might not join university, or why he probably will. So
no, but you can be around Imre, right?
Yeah, sure.
Ripping off local bandits, and
securing my gold that I got, or whatever it is.
Probably on the run from sleep.
I don't want to have him as an enemy right now. That would be quite unfortunate.
Ah, but that'd be so much fun.
Yeah, that's why I do it later myself when I'm playing.
Fair enough.
So much fun, and Mark would have to make yet another character, most likely.
Hey, Levi can come back.
True.
He's not dead yet.
No, surprisingly not.
Not yet.
Making big plans, Colin?
Nothing in particular.
Okay, so how do you think you fit into the story, Mr. Now I'm gonna start calling you Dandelion.
Not quite.
Quentin Marigold. Let me
Marigold.
move Joseph Jones and Quentin Marigold to more appropriate sections.
Indeed.
Oh, they are official now.
Marigold is also a flower.
Yeah.
Clever.
Indeed. Let's see. I just kind of like Marigold's name.
They are nice.
But let's see, how does he...
And I've always liked the name Quentin.
Yeah. It's a solid name all around. Well
He
done.
looks like a douche, though.
I like his look.
I like his look, but he looks like a douche.
He does.
Or douche, or what do we call it? What's the right pronunciation? Douche?
Douche. Bag of douche.
Okay.
Gel douche.
Douche.
But,
Perfect.
yeah, like, had this been a TV show, and I would picture that Lord Quentin Marigold would be played by... Yeah, I think his name is Robin Lord Taylor. He plays the Penguin in Gotham.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was imagining him like the actor of Twilight, of that guy.
Okay.
That's supposed to be hot.
Yeah. I'm also picturing maybe this guy's face, the guy who plays Ramsay Bolton. in Game of
Yeah.
Thrones.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I
That's
kind of-
bringing something entirely different in.
Yeah.
No, I already saw that there's something about Ramsey going on, but from the looks of his face and also the dog thing I read. So, if it's okay, when I should stop exploring your character sheet, tell me.
See, well, I think I might have even removed that part, but just reworking some stuff.
Okay.
If you're thinking about his marriage, which has been redesigned. I was going to fix that earlier, but I hadn't. So yeah, how would a middling nobleman around Imre know matters? But, like the word that comes to mind is client. Like I bought something from you at some point, or maybe that you dealt with my parents. Like is that something that matters would do?
Any enemies in the past that you needed to get rid of?
Possibly that, or maybe maybe Mathers was like sucking up to your family in order to get a good deal on this ship that he's trying to get a hold of.
Yeah, I could see that. Let's see. Imre itself is not like a coastal town, but there's Tarbine. Like, and I just know that they're from around here somewhere because I know that he needs to go like back and forth on occasion. But yeah, as an idea that just appeared that maybe I've been looking into the death of my parents, and maybe Mal's name came up.
Okay.
Somehow. Is that a thing we want to do?
Well, yeah, I mean, possibly, like, on its own, he'd be willing to help with that. But definitely if he was, like, you know, in the midst of sucking up to your parents, because he wants something, then, or sucking up to to you, because he wants something, he'd, like, agree to help find your parents' killer.
Yeah,
Or,
I could.
You know.
Yeah, I could see that. Like maybe, like after his parents died, like he looks for like messages and whatnot, and this guy called Madness just keeps sending letters about this boat that he wants. like what's up with this person? I have to meet them. I have to meet this Madness person.
I'm sorry for being AFK for a moment, but what did I miss? I heard something about somebody's parents being murdered.
Yeah, I think Quentin has looked into his parents' death. He's not quite sure that it was like I think he knows that it wasn't like they didn't die from old age.
Okay. I like that direction because you can tie a lot of like dramatic backstory to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it might even have been like a shipwreck that where like they died at sea, and he's looking through like their letters and their correspondence that like in the wake of their passing. Wake is a wonderful word in this context. But
what if the lady with the raven eyes had something to do with it?
Yeah, I can see that. Like maybe she has come up as well, and this person called Mathers who won't shut up about a boat. So
This could be between the thing with Rav and the thing with Katarina, like in between there.
yeah, like a bit of time. So like,
yeah, exactly, like in between there, and Mathers might be interested in this whole story because of the lady with the raven eyes. Maybe there's some kind of a link that this, like some kind of rumor or hint that this might be somehow tied to her.
So it's like parallel to like the trial, like Davis trial. like timeline?
I was thinking after the trial, because I remember there being a couple of weeks here and there as well.
Yeah, there was
Time passed in between.
So yeah, I could see that. So it's like just before the whole Catherine arc took off.
Yeah. So maybe we'll find out that Mathers has known something all along this time that he's keeping from the group, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, but this is when I find out that Mathers died in here somewhere. And a changeling in the party this entire time.
That'd be interesting. I mean, who is then this person that looks like Mathers?
Indeed. Secret twin brother.
I'm sure we could do something really interesting to back engineer that. If that's okay with you, Brad, that this might change things that have happened in some way.
I'm mostly okay with that. I hope not to have my character die, but
Well,
possible.
there's that.
Yeah,
But
we'll
But if he
that all
died there,
depends on
who's
the story that you guys make as well. I mean, I haven't prepared Let's Make Mathers Die, so
What if Mathers died here? Who's the Mathers who was always with us?
A clever imposter.
Yeah, just cut back to the scene around the campfire, and it's just
maybe
a Mathers like paper mask.
I know. I mean, that'd be really interesting. I mean, if you ever need a new idea for a new character, were your character to die, which I don't imagine it will, then the whole like who is this shapeshifter or whatever could be a great idea for a new character.
If you want to be an elf.
Yeah, because that wouldn't be broken.
No, not at all.
I don't care about broken, to be honest. It's Burning Wheel. It's about beliefs, and as long as you guys make it about beliefs, whatever. Like I'm understanding more and more why it's okay that Burning Wheel is not balanced, because you can just get a lot of power from how you play the game, even if you start with a character that's super underpowered afterwards, and you can lose a lot of power as well even if you start with an overpowered character if you don't optimize beliefs, traits, and instincts.
Also,
in the game.
For playing, I think those characters also catch up quite fast, actually.
Yeah, like characters with lower stats do catch up pretty well, and it takes a lot. It's a little slower to advance the higher you get. It's like, I think more importantly is that like Burning Wheel is all about like storytelling. It's about telling the kind of story you want, and if you want to be a slave, then be a slave. It can be cool. It can be cool too.
Yeah, I think I don't think balance is entirely unimportant. I can totally see groups getting miffed over the fact that one person is always succeeding at their roles and the other persons aren't. The other people aren't. But with the right kind of group, I think it's okay.
Also, those kinds of groups can just limit themselves to certain stuff, or all play good characters or whatever that makes them happy. Nobody forces them to do something specific.
Yeah, like if you just want to be like the elven princess who goes on a romp, then by all means, then y'all can make those characters, and it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine with me too. I was more reserved about that in the beginning, but I'm starting to care less and less, especially since new characters that are made are going to be starting over. But if you start over at a higher power level, then that's some of the characters that were in play already learned things, so that also balances each other out a little bit.
Is it over 9,000 though?
No, I don't think so.
Damn.
Anyway, so yeah, what link? Are we going to do the whole thing with the parents of the quest for why Mr. Marigold's parents died, and the link to the Raven Lady?
Like, I don't think that do like resolve all of that in one session. But I can see that being like a venue as to why me and Mathis know each other. Because he's been petitioning them for help. Like he's basically been sucking up to them. Is how Brad put it. So like Mathis' name came up in connection to like my parents' like previous correspondence, and this is basically Quentin like looking into that matter. Like who is this person? Why does he keep sending these letters to my dad? Weird.
Okay, so how did you know Lord Marigold's father? Lord Marigold Senior?
Let me see. I think maybe I think maybe I owed him money and then did some maybe some unsavory favors to pay it off. You know.
I have an alternative suggestion,
Mm-hmm.
which might be that you do not know this guy at all. And yet, somehow, there appear to be letters that were sent between the two of you that you have no memory of writing.
Okay.
Is that something
That's interesting.
Who could have written those letters? I suppose. Who could have been?
Oh! Do you want to be the letter writer, Mark?
I have forgeries, so.
Okay, yeah, that's nice. So how about somebody sent you an anonymous note with the instruction to write those letters, to forge them with, some money attached?
Someone who tells me what to do?
And well, who offers you a lot of money in return for forging a couple of letters.
Oh, you said a lot of.
Yes. So I'm willing to give you to reward you handsomely.
Well, I guess I can overlook all those ethical problems, and especially the annoying part of being ordered around for that.
And how about that was what first got you interested in Mathers, which made you want to rip him off in the first place?
I mean, it's probably would be more fun if he found out that it was me and that was writing the letters,
sure.
that we got to know each other through that.
Okay. So you guys don't know each other at the start, but somehow, how about we start the story there, where Lord Marigold, what was your Quentin? You, how would you like to be referred to, as Quentin or Lord Marigold?
Lord Quentin Marigold Esquire, thank you very much.
I have to say that every time.
Especially the thank you very much part.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, but do you have a
preference?
preference?
Lord Q, how about that?
Mr. Q.
Q.
I think he goes by Lord Quentin in common parlance. His friends call him Quent. He doesn't
Lord
have a lot of
Quentin.
friends.
Okay. So, Lord Quentin, how about the story starts as you found all these letters and you're going to Mathers to confront him about it, or ask him, or whatever, like however you want to go about it. But you're going to Mathers to figure this out.
All right. Nice to find Quentin's voice.
You can try out a couple and switch halfway and turn it around and remix it.
All right then. I think this might be the good voice to start with, at least. Hello, everyone. It's Lord Quentin Marigold, Esquire. Thank you very much. And you're looking for a man called Mathers.
And nothing else matters.
Nothing else matters.
Nothing else matters.
All right then. Let's have a go. So where do we begin? Where is Mathers to be found on this lovely, I assume, summer's day?
Well, I hate to do anything close to the you all meet in a tavern, but but potentially he could be holding forth at a local pub.
Some sort of common tavern, you say? Oh, well.
Maybe you guys, you enlisted Sleet to find Mathers, and Sleet is just introducing you somewhere in his usual tavern.
Oh, sounds good. Sounds acceptable, I would guess. Help out a down-on-his luck criminal. Find another one.
Another one.
Acceptable. Another one.
Sleet gives you when you come in. Sleet gives you the whitest smile, and says, "My lord, I found who you want. I assume that you're paying him for this, that you already have paid
of
him.
Course. Yeah. This,
So he's on his best behavior. He likes being paid. So welcome. I've found the man you are looking for. And to you, Brad, he just said somebody was looking for you, and that if you do this, he'll have some profitable opportunity for you to follow up upon later.
Or did they do the whole thing where it's like, hey, someone's looking for you, I know a place you can hide?
No, you paid him too well for that.
No. I'd be happy to meet this young fellow. I'm sure we'll get along famously.
All right. Very well then. I step forward and I look around, see who this Mathers individual is. Pointed at.
So I mean,
a fellow at the table.
Yeah,
I would assume.
Yeah, I mean the thing is that Mathers doesn't stick out, but if this is being arranged through Sleet probably did tell me what you look like. If that's okay with you, that it's
sure. Okay, he would have said something. It's in character for him.
So I as you come in and like look around, I'll just sidle up and say, Lord Marigold, I presume.
Oh, yes.
Excellent, pleasure.
Be careful who you sneak up on like that. You never know when someone has a dagger at the ready.
Yes. I see. Well, I do apologize for startling. Shall we have a seat and perhaps I think a glass or two?
Can I bring you, lovely gentleman, something? A barmaid comes up to you.
Yes, of course, dear. Whatever's the strongest you have. You're going to be here for quite some time, I think.
Well, we do have the deep black one, but
yes, that one's quite lovely.
It's not very refined, she says carefully.
Well, I look to Mathers. It'll be appropriate then.
Oh!
One for you as well. She looks at you, Mathers.
I think instead of that, the usual.
Which is
like
the
water.
The usual.
This watered down beer that with stuff added to make it look like thicker and stronger than it is.
What Quoth always drinks so he can rip people off.
Yeah. I mean, it's very close to. Yeah, I forgot what what that was called, but yeah, very close to the water.
Yeah, well, I think the main idea was ordering something that's not on the menu, that doesn't exist. I don't think it had a specific name. Well, it had a name in the book, of course. So she nods and smiles and says, "Sure." So she brings you guys 2 drinks. That of yours, Lord Quentin, smells strongly of ammonia. And it's like this, like muddy, like black brown liquid that comes in like a small glass.
Yeah, serious. Shakes it. When Aventus.
To your health.
Ugh. So, I've been looking for you. I've been wanting to. Well, wait. Is it really insane? I know you, don't I? You were the one who with the magic and the guy who passed out and the trial and the whipping, quite a good whipping.
The same.
Yes. Quite a show.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine...
So what kind of a criminal are you?
The wrongfully convicted kind, like most of them.
Like the rest of them.
Yes,
I know
that. So we didn't bump into each other randomly. There's,
of course.
I imagine there's something that I might be able to do for you.
Indeed.
I am desirous to find out what that might be.
Sorry, I wasn't getting messed up. Yeah, what? Is the... Yes. I've been looking through some of the letters that my parents. He looks to you like, yeah, of course you know who these people are. You've been talking to them. My parents, after my parents passed, they were having quite a bit of an exchange of letters, of information. Talking to people, but writing it. I assume you're familiar with the concept.
Passively.
So,
and your name has come up quite a bit. You're receiving letters from you, maybe even some of your friends, and they're not looking good.
So Joseph, what content did you put in those letters? Like, what did you write those?
I keep hearing about this boat.
What is the interest? What should I do for that guy that is paying me?
So the note just said, set up an extensive correspondence with between Mathers and Lord Marigold Senior, and make sure that there is that it has interesting content. Now, if you want, you can do some kind of a roll to figure out what you know about Mathers beforehand already.
I don't see any point for this. That would be finding all that out would be a hassle. So
okay.
I think I'm just fine with just writing like, I have read your request and I am very intrigued. I also heard that the dandy man is coming to that place and he'll be there on that day. Please send the delivery man to that point and stuff like that. That doesn't make any sense. but you would think it makes sense. So stuff like that. And maybe some kind of numbers, random, that at the end attached, the sound looks maybe like
Code
I don't
or
know,
something.
gold numbers that are added or subtracted, some kind of reset, but as a code, and
So there's an equally nonsensical barrage of questions from Gwendolyn.
yeah,
Like, who is the red lion? What's the what?
exactly.
If I say the number 16, what do you think about? I've heard you kill people for money. What's that about? What's your favorite color? Yeah, that sort of thing is. See, it puts the drink down. He barks forth questioning. Yeah, you can tell that this guy likes the sound of his own voice. He likes the sound of his own voice a bit too much.
Well, it is fabulous.
Indeed.
Oh yes. So,
what do you have to say in your defense? Puts all the papers down, just shoves them over.
Oh yes, of course, the letters. Well, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to divulge anything out of turn. Like, not that I would withhold anything that that you need to know, but if there was a bit of there may be some matters that were entirely private, and I don't want to I don't want to betray a confidence. Perhaps just to refresh my memory, I could quickly peruse them, and I'll see what I can let on again without betraying any confidence.
Well, the confidence of these people has already been betrayed, I suggest, with the death and all. But if you don't remember this, because some of these letters are quite specific.
Oh, yes, of course.
They go into details that I didn't know anyone outside the family even knew. I didn't think anyone knew about the dandy man.
So is the handyman a real thing?
Not to the public.
I was.
Yeah, I think he pulls out the letter and tosses it over the table.
I was wondering why I hadn't heard back in some time. I should definitely take another look. There may have been something that I missed before that, in light of the disappearance, will make sense. That will be a clue where before I had it simply went over my head.
I'll just read it for you. Stop listening. 5 minutes ago. Yeah. Just takes a few more letters and just puts them out.
Okay. So I'll look over these and like, wait, I definitely didn't write that.
Yeah,
so you didn't. I imagine you didn't put in the effort to put it in. Actually, I imagine since you're enlisted as a forger, I imagine that the note also contained a sample of Mather's handwriting so that you could copy it. Did you choose to do that, or did you just ignore that?
I could have tried. I can forge a bit. It's not that I'm like the best one in it. Like, actually, I'm pretty bad.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay. Let's see how good of a forgery it is.
Okay.
We'll make this open-ended. And then we'll just see how good it is.
You graduate.
Okay.
Graduated, that's the one.
Coconut is an entirely different thing.
Yeah, it is.
So
free thing
what
for it.
modifiers? No. After.
I mean, you can fork things.
I mean, you can fork stuff in if you want to. You had samples, but I imagine that's just part of the required kit. That without
okay.
the sample, you'll have double obstacle penalty.
Then maybe a false sword. Would that work?
Sure, I can see that being forkable into forgery because you might use general like tricks of the trade kind of things that are so generic that they can belong to anybody.
Right, maybe. I don't think extortion
Yeah,
is working.
right. I can see. No, I don't think you're extorting either.
Yeah. Inconspicuous. I don't think so.
No, inconspicuous is for crowds.
So. Yeah, I think that's it. That's those things. Maybe persuasion, but I don't think so. So.
No.
So modifiers 2, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Base obstacle is
1. We're doing graduated test. Okay, so
I have 2 6s. Can I use the fate point?
Sure, you have 1 fate point and 1 persona point, I think, at the start, if I remember correctly.
That's a suggestion. I don't think it's like hard rule. We can roll
Yeah, no, but I'm fine with going along with the suggestion.
But
I
let's
think
do
I gave
that.
you guys
Yeah.
that last time as well, so wouldn't make sense to not do that this time. Okay, so 3 successes, an act that you can accomplish if you concentrate. So it looks kind of similar to your handwriting, but you can see mistakes. Like if you compare the 2 next to each other, you can definitely figure out that they're written by a different person. But at first glance, it kind of looks similar to your handwriting.
Okay.
Yeah, and also obviously you know this is a thing because you didn't write this.
Yes.
I mean, he might have written it while he was unaware of it.
Such things are possible.
Yeah.
I mean, there have been mysterious things going on recently with Rav falling into a coma. Who knows?
Oh, that's soon. Okay. Yeah, let's see.
It's happened.
I
So,
don't know that having missing that time would cause me to dot my I's in quite that fashion, but who knows? And okay. Well, this is quite interesting. This is there are some aspects to the correspondence that I think I had missed before.
Is this a secret code?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Was he trying to tell me something different? That one's written by my mother. What? I mean, was she trying to tell me something different?
Where did you last see your parents, or where's their last known location?
Well, they were off on a voyage to. They were heading out from Tabin. They're heading eastward. Let's see if I can find a good city for them to go to.
Ventus, or somewhere in Ventus would be.
Yeah, like Ventus makes sense.
Yeah, I mean that would like
coastal cities.
Yeah,
I guess they might be going to Rainier, and this was not too long ago. Perhaps see everything. I think it's been
A voyage to Ventus.
indeed. I think actually it might have been a long time because he's been a lord for a long time. Like we're talking like years and years here.
Okay.
But maybe not. Maybe it happened a year ago. And he's been looking for all kinds of correspondence, like not collaborating, but compiling. It's just sorted all the letters into like lots of different like dates and like people, and I'm picturing almost like so the Always Sunny in Philadelphia like investigation wall, which is like wires connecting like, all the things. There's just one wall that just says "Dandy Man?" ? So yeah, like that sort of thing. He's been compiling all the letters since then, and now he's ready to finally catch the guy. Like finally get somewhere. So yeah, it's been a year since they're on time to death on a ship headed for Renair.
That's that makes a certain sense. I have had don't spread it around, but I have had a dealing or two with some associates in Ventus.
Very interesting.
Hmm.
Very interesting.
I like how this relationship already starts with trust and faith and cooperation.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes, of course.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna be the best of friends.
I'm certain that we will get along famously.
Indeed. Sometime.
Well, I'd be happy to put some feelers out on your behalf.
You still haven't told me what this is about. Why
yeah.
do you keep sending all these letters to my? Why did you rather send all these letters to my father?
Well, there were some. I was handling some shipping arrangements for him. Yes, that's it. But as you can see here, he was concerned about a third party interfering, and I at the time I hadn't thought too much of it. Like, we had been somewhat circumspect, so I hadn't expected any sort of outside party interest. But perhaps there is more to that than I knew at the time. I think. Well, this may sound unrelated, but by any chance, have you dabbled at all in alchemy?
I don't dabble at all, thank you very much. What kind of person do you think I am?
Wonderful.
Yes.
Well, I was thinking that perhaps you were well versed and talented in many areas, but perhaps I'm wrong.
Did the practical work to this better skilled at it? My interests are mostly in the theory and the a study of the higher arts, perhaps.
See.
And it's a slight interest in performance, but that is neither here nor there.
Well, in that case, I think for the thing about looking into such matters is that the people I would be.
You're going to want money, don't you?
It's not so much that I want money for myself, perish that thought, but that certain wheels will need to be greased in order to gain that information. I, of course, am in your corner, but those that I would be questioning would need to be incentivized.
Yes, I'm sure. You know this. You obviously know this criminal world better than I do.
No, I don't. Well, I mean, I have friends in both high and low places, but I certainly wouldn't consider myself to be a criminal. I just, know a few people.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure very few people consider themselves criminals. But
well,
if it is money you need, I'm sure there's something I can do to get this process going.
Excellent.
Indeed.
So, I think initial seed would enough to again get the right people interested in helping without tipping our hands would be somewhere on the order of let's haggle.
Sure. Let's see. It's not that I haven't actually adjusted the stats for any of these, but they should be fine. It doesn't tell me.
Okay, so I would like to haggle. I think working in perhaps appraisal, like appraising Marigold's clothes to get an idea of what he can and can't afford, and I think persuasion and falsehood as well, might be appropriate.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm going to make a bit of a stretch here, perhaps. Since this money is basically coming out of the family, could I use estate management rather than haggling? I think that's more like Marigold's primary concern. That how much money are we actually going to have for the? I don't want to give this guy too much.
I don't know. That's up to you, Brad. For me, it makes sense to fork it in at least.
Well, I don't have haggling, so preferably holding a statement. But in cases like this, where he's house money.
Certainly, certainly, estate management would make sense in for as a fork for the resources test. For the haggling
Something
itself,
you can also
maybe.
just
I mean, I'd be okay with it, I guess.
I mean, you can also just refuse to haggle, right, Kala? If you If you think haggling is not a good idea, then you can be like, well, no, this is what you get,
Yeah.
nothing else.
Yeah, like, I think he just makes like he's like, I don't want to talk to this guy about money. Like who does he think I am? But this to make something like atrocious. Like, how does 40 talent sound? That can get you on your way.
Yes. I'm sorry. I didn't want to. I wouldn't want to drag you into the dirt with details. Yeah, 40 will be, I suppose, adequate.
Sure.
Very well then. Very well then. Here, it's like we'll arrange for someone to send you your money soon enough. I don't walk around with 40
Would you,
in a place like this.
Of course.
Would you like to make a resources test, Mr. Marigold Quentin?
Sure.
Let's see. So, in the session notes, I have So, like daily upkeep was obstacle 1, and that was like 1 talent per thing. So, 1 talent and act done with simple thought.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that this would be up 3 or 4.
Yeah, makes sense. Something
I don't know what exactly. I personally don't care. Just tell me what obstacle you are using, and I write it down for future things.
I think 3 makes sense for like a one-time payment. Because rather significant amount of money.
Here. Yeah, so 40 talents is 4 golden marks, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
I will double check that.
Yeah, it's looking at the like lifestyle obstacles.
Oh, actually, I've written down a mark as up 4. That's interesting, but I've written a talent as up 2 as well.
Yeah. Like maintaining a lord's manor, like once per resource cycle, however long we want that to be, is supposed to be up 4.
Okay, so shall we make this up 4 then?
I mean, that would be like maintaining the mansion for like a month, or however long the resource cycle would be, like a term. Yeah, I'm leaning closer to top 3, but I don't want to.
What do you guys think? Mark, you are not involved in this one. What do you think is reasonable?
Yes.
Yes, I see.
Sorry, I think I've zoned it out there for a second.
Okay. Sure. We're looking at like how much money is which obstacle. So 1 talent is the money for food and a bed for 2 months. For like if you're getting some cheap stuff at the university. I'd previously written down like much higher numbers, but I was thinking making that up 1.
Up 1 or 2.
And then the question is like 10 talents is a golden mark. And what is the obstacle for 4 golden marks? So keep in mind that these don't go up 1 by 1, these go up exponentially. So difference between 1 and 2 is quite big. So what did you want to say, Carla?
Yeah, actually looking at generating cash from resources, which I think is more appropriate.
Yes, that does sound appropriate.
Yeah, then ob 4 generates 2 dice of cash.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is 2 dice worth. It kind of makes sense that this is 2 dice worth. Like for 40 talents, you can do a lot.
Yeah, I think Quentin almost purposefully overspends because he's. I think that's like shows a lot about him. Like he's not like the guy that haggles personally. Like he's usually not the one in charge of this sort of thing.
And at least if you needed a challenging resources test, you've got one, or whatever, like a more difficult. So I'll write down 4 talents is up 4, and or not 4 talents. 4 marks is up 4, and 1 talent is up 1, and then the rest we will just put in there. 4 golden marks.
It's page 374 in the regular book for cash on
Worth
stuff.
2 extra dice in cash.
So yeah, let's just make this test and see how poorly it goes. The worst thing that happens is he's basically just going to be pretty tough.
Yeah, you can take an extra die from having your parents' old manor, the money that you're that won't regenerate itself, but that you're just kind of depleting.
I mean, that's pretty much where he gets his resources from, just from having that manor. So it's already on there. So let's see.
Yeah, sure, but I imagine you have stuff in there like your mother's old jewelry that you don't need that you could sell if needed. So if you want, you can have an extra die. You can choose to keep it for later as well if you'd rather not spend it right now. But I'm fine with giving you an extra die.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep it, I think.
Okay. And you can have a cash die as well, Joseph Jones, from this money that you got for writing the letters.
Ooh, cash.
So up 4. Let's just see how bad I get taxed is basically
Oh dear.
the outcome roll.
At least you gain experience. Oh, not that bad.
There's a 6 in there.
There's a 6. Oof.
Yeah, so
Will you make it?
Let's find out. Yeah. So this is only a small deal for like 40 talents. Not that big of a deal. Yeah, feel free. You're muted, Brett.
Yes, you are very muted.
Oh, you're not talking and only moving your lips and trying to troll us, but...
Sorry.
That can be true as well.
Okay. It looks like that's a speed test.
That is a speed test, but it's the same amount of dice.
Okay. Anyway, that's a shame because
that's how badly I run away from this situation.
yeah, successful difficult resource tests are valuable.
They are valuable.
It's hard to increase.
I mean, I'm fine with you retroactively selling your mother's jewels and being like, okay, I'll use that extra die now, see if it brings something.
I don't think he's that desperate just yet.
I mean, but it will give you this valuable test that you might want.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lord Quentin has principles. We also make for a good belief.
Fair enough.
So yeah, taxes his resources a bit, but you get paid.
Well, I'm glad that we could come to an arrangement. I shall look into the matter immediately.
Lovely. I'm sure if you were, and these were scoops the lashes back together, if you were these good terms with my father, then I'm sure you'll have a shred of decency somewhere in you.
Of course.
Only a shred, huh? Of course.
I'd like to think yes, at least that. Let me see. I always had couriers carry our correspondence.
Of course.
If I wanted to get a hold of you, which location would be best?
Oh, well, you have our address, so you can just meet us there. With all these letters you've been sending.
Yes. Of course. I'll be in touch.
Very good, then. And who knows, if we're particularly fortunate, we might even run into each other at the university.
Oh, yes. I look forward.
I'm sure you do. Yeah, I think he just looks down at his drink and says, Yeah, that's it.
Oh, yes, and thank you for the drink.
Yes, you are welcome.
Not that you had already offered to pay for Mather's drink, but...
I assume that you don't have money for it. Whatever. It's another talent. Who cares at this point?
So yeah, I guess I'm going to I was gonna say hit the streets, but that's a different game. But
Like to roll investigation.
yes.
Make a charisma check.
But yeah, I think I will, to the degree possible, look into start digging around my actual contacts to inquire who might be capable of creating this forgery, who might be interested in doing so.
Not me.
Yeah. And general scuttlebutt on the senior Lord Marigold.
Sounds good to me. I would probably suggest a circles test to find someone who can put you in touch.
Yeah, sure.
It's
And then
approach.
we can do because it wouldn't be interesting to have you not find him. But we can do some kind of an interesting deal that works out in the favor of, what is your character called again, Mark? I keep missing. Joseph. That works out in the favor of Joseph with some kind of what is the thing called where the GM can decide to let you find somebody, but they have some kind of something.
The
Devil's bargain?
No, not a devil's bargain.
the enmity clause.
Yes, exactly that one. So I can just invoke that if you fail, and then we'll give Joseph some kind of interesting leverage over Mathers.
Okay.
I mean, sure.
So let me find the obstacle for this. Not resources. Everything yourself that you need to know for tax and stuff? Not you, Kala.
380 for circles, obstacles.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, Kala, you know everything you need to know about tax and stuff?
But what?
About taxing resources.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So you are looking for somebody with a broad occupation, profession, or same life path, namely a forger. Be similar station, but it'd be specific disposition or detailed / rare knowledge. So I'm thinking Ob 4.
Oof, okay.
So the base of 1 and plus 3 for a specific disposition or detailed / rare knowledge. I presume that time and place doesn't matter, so that you won't get any extra up for that.
Okay. And I can do a link test, but not fork for circles, right?
No, but you can use reputation and affiliations.
Oh, so I can't do a linked test, even?
You can do a link test. You can't do the forking, but
Okay.
you can fork in reputation and affiliations,
Okay.
if applicable.
Yeah, I'm guessing that punished by the masters is not going to be a helpful reputation in that.
I reckon that this is also where you could use those cash dice.
Yes.
Oh, I could.
Yeah.
But.
But will you?
Okay. So, and for the link test, it would be against that same mob.
No, not necessarily. The obstacle might be different depending on what you're testing. That just depends on what you're testing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think generally to set up a circles test, you do like a link test with a wise of some kind.
Yeah, some kind of
Suggested.
streetwise or something might apply here.
Okay. How about city-wise?
Sure.
Okay. So city-wise, forking streetwise, and I guess maybe conspicuous.
Sure. If you're trying to make yourself found by him.
I mean, what could go wrong? What's my ob for?
So what are you trying to do?
So. I guess I'm putting out there. I mean, I've dabbled in forgery myself. I think I'm just putting out there amongst those circles that I'm looking for someone to assist in a project, and that it could be lucrative, but it's not the sort of thing where I can put out a bunch of money right now. It's that the job in the end would be lucrative, so it's not like I'm expected to.
No, that sounds like an up to me.
Okay.
Joseph, would it make sense that this kind of thing would work better against you because you are looking to con other crooks? So somebody looking for some shady business would be more likely to attract your attention?
Why not?
Okay, so have an extra die.
Oh, okay.
Merry Christmas, have a die.
Woohoo! Okay. Bam, bam. Okay. Wow. Link test was successful, so that's an extra die on the
Yes.
circles test.
Yeah.
Job is 4. Not even.
Okay. So,
No success. Yeah.
what kind of leverage does Joseph have over you? Does he know something?
Well, I mean, he.
Do you meet in a circumstance that's very bad for you? Does he catch you doing something? Like, does he find you instead and catch you in the middle of some kind of act that you really shouldn't be performing?
I mean, I might have heard something about him on my end, but
yeah, I mean, certainly you know more about me than I know about you, which is not a circumstance that Mathers ever wants to be in.
Levi.
Yeah. So I think maybe, so you probably know like a little bit about my business, and you can sort of arrange by responding to the feelers. You can arrange to have the meeting happen, pretty much wherever you want.
So,
I mean, it'd be interesting if you just drop in on his boat, right? I mean, Mathers is trying to keep his boat very secret.
I mean, all my bandits, like the group I'm with right now, might be there and say,
okay. I see. That sounds like good leverage. Sure.
You need to.
Ooh, did you arrange for Mathers to be robbed?
I think that depends on the conversation we do have.
No, but then it starts like you have your buddies rob him, and then you offer to help him out and get him his stuff back, kind of something along those lines.
I mean, that's really nice. Actually, I thought more like, okay, we are there and we stop him from going further, then I have a talk with him, and depending on his answer, stuff happens. But I mean, that also works, because that would mean we are friends in the end, because I help him out, but he doesn't know that I was the one doing it in the first place. Yeah, sure.
So does that work for you,
Brad? Well, there, in that you could, arrange the meeting in a place where you're, where it's an ambush.
Yeah, where his friends ambush him, and then he's like, "Don't worry, I'll get you out of this mess."
Yeah,
something like that.
But I'm not sure that I think it would be fair to have it be just a done deal that Mathers gets robbed. It's that there's a situation where
we can just be like, you're surrounded by 10 buff-looking guys. They want your money. You can decide how much you have on you. Then I mean, it doesn't have to be everything you own, obviously.
And then someone appears, striking a fashionable pose, and
yeah, something along those lines.
Master Avenger, Dark Knight.
I guess what I'm saying is that if it's going to be like an ambush rather than just like a meeting where you have an advantage, then there'd be the opportunity of a test to see the ambush and
sure.
I mean,
and possibly even reverse the tables.
My idea about this right now would be somehow along those lines. We might rob you, and then I steal everything from the bandits, and then I will be like, "Hey, look, I found your stuff."
Yeah, so
I'm a nice guy, ain't I?
You would never like actually lose your money in this. Like for Mathers, there's no risk. Mathers just doesn't know that there's no risk, and that's where the leverage comes in. If that's still not okay, we can definitely do the whole like that. You can do a test beforehand. Like I'm fine with that.
Okay.
The main advantage that he would have is that he has a bunch of guys with him.
Sure.
More than you could handle by yourself. But of course, you can always talk yourself out of the situation. Nothing's stopping you from doing
that. Sure. That sounds fine.
So, do you want to do a test to see it coming beforehand?
Yes, please.
Okay. Well, go ahead. I
Okay.
will roll for the bandits. They are bandits, so this is what they are good at. But I don't imagine them being particularly smart individuals. I'm I think I'm gonna roll 4d6.
Me see
Okay.
boat, me smash, smoke.
Okay, so
If you want to give them a hand and give them instructions on how to hide themselves better, you could give them an extra die, Joseph.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So then I'm rolling 5 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4.
roll.
Harsh jokes.
And of course I'm going to roll re-roll those dice because why not? Okay, so your obstacle is 4.
Okay.
To spot them.
So this would be observation.
Yeah.
And I would like to fork.
I imagine this is happening somewhere on the road between the university and Imre.
Okay. Well, okay. So could I fork city-wise and street-wise, as well as inconspicuous?
Inconspicuous, yes. Streetwise, yes. Citywise, no. Since you're not in a city.
Okay.
But we can totally imagine that there may be other people that you could try and blend in with.
Guess I won't Artha. And of course. Oof. Wow. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
So what is keeping your mind today that you are distracted?
Well, I think I'm just trying to.
Is it raining?
Just the pain.
I think I'm just going over in my head how someone would how these papers came to be, why they would want why someone would create this conversation, and just worrying about that rather than worrying about the road.
Okay, yeah. So, Joseph, why don't you describe what it looks like when Mathers is being ambushed?
I think we probably just lay down on high grass and behind bushes. So, and at that point, when he's like in the center, we'll try to close in from all the sides. So it would be hard to escape. Like
Okay.
pretty standard ambush.
What do these dudes look like?
Me see boat, me smash, smoke. like big and slow.
The wrong orcs, if I say.
Human orcs.
Yeah. Like I mean, there might be 2 people that are a bit smarter that had different opportunities maybe than to be a bandit or a soldier or something, but had bad circumstances otherwise that they had to do it. But most of them are like, oh, I get a lot of money when I do this. That is nice. And I'm big, strong. We are a lot of people. It works out.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to rip off smart people because smart people might find out who I am and come back at me. I don't want that.
Okay, so yeah, so you see these bunch of guys, and like they don't look very intelligent. They look very little brain, lot of brawn. So if you're looking for a way out, that might be a direction. So do you show yourself straight away?
I think I'll stay behind for the moment, but I'm nearby, so I can observe the situation and take action if I need to.
So yeah, upon seeing that I'm surrounded, I'll put up my hands and yell, gentlemen. Oh, I'm. It's good to see you all. I apologize. I forgot to pay the toll. Perhaps I could help you with that. I unfortunately I didn't bring all the funds for the toll that I might have normally if I had realized beforehand. But yes, let me let me see what I can do for you.
They just look at you confused. Toll? What is he talking about, Frank? Like, is he dumb or something? Does he understand we're robbing him? Like they're just muttering to each other, confused.
Just be like, but then again, it makes it easy.
So, and I guess I'll pull out like my obvious coin bag rather than like the nice fat one that I just received, which would be some of my bloomers or something. Yes, the toll here.
They scratch their head. Yes, I guess, and they grab the money bag, and then like one steps all up into your private zone and is like, just so you didn't forget, like we're the boss here. But you can see that he's just confused with whatever you did.
Okay, I think that's the moment when I step in. Like, I gave simple instructions, and they were not able to do it. I see the problem, and I should have known better. I'm sorry. Anyway, I think it's time now for me to jump out, be like, hello, nice gentlemen. I am here to talk about you with some stuff. I am the temporary leader of this nice group of vigilantes, and
vigilantes, huh?
Yeah, I would like to have a little talk with you, if that is all right.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
It's a pleasure.
This is great.
It is both a pleasure and an honor to be at your service.
Yeah. How about we talk somewhere where the what's it called when Gefälle, what's it called? Let me Google it because I really want to use that word now.
Gefälle. Classic Gefälle. Large pink Gefälle.
The gradient isn't that steep. So referring to what their capabilities are.
Oh.
They have a very low skill ceiling.
Yeah, you're right with that.
Let me see. Oh, well, if you wish, yes, if you need to discuss matters that needn't trouble your fine co-conspirators, if I may say that, that would be fine. Perhaps we can go just a little bit up the road rather than off the road, if that's
that is completely fine to me, as long as my friends here stay near enough to to assist me in anything that might be necessary.
Yes,
But
yes.
yeah, we can discuss all the matters. I'm actually using that her name. All the matters then.
I see.
Having liked this. Okay. After I think we just
and Mather seems like when you had first agreed to meeting up the road rather than off the road, he seems relieved. Like, oh, good. He's not saying, "Oh, I'm going to take you off the road to kill you." But then when you mentioned his name, I was like, "Oh, that's a different kind of trouble."
Yes. So, my dear friend, I have heard, and correct me on this if I'm wrong, but that you have been involved with some kind of noble in some letters or something? Is that true?
It might be that that has come around rather quickly.
Well, let me just say, an acquaintance of mine, he couldn't make it, obviously. He said I should tell you something of, he says, importance. He said something about finding stuff stuff about this family and something more about the letters. I don't know what he's talking about, but he said if it would be really beneficial for the both of you if you would stop these investigations and play along. He said, I don't know, I think it was play along.
Oh, well, I am a great proponent of good play. I, wouldn't want to inquire into areas that would make people uncomfortable. That wouldn't benefit anyone.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to this guy a lot, and I had a lot of trouble following everything. However, he seemed rather, and he seemed to be rather have difficulty with going that course of action. But I convinced him of that. He had something along the lines like making this problem disappear or something if anything happens. I don't know. I can only imagine what that means, but I had a hard time to explain to him that this is not my service and that I would not do that. And so I managed to talk to him, some sense into him, and I'm not that bad of a guy. I'm trying to make my work as honest as possible.
Of course.
However, if problems might occur, next time someone else might be here, and you know how people are. They are sometimes rather irrational or vicious and stuff like that. We don't need that.
No, of course not. And while again, I am committed to confidentiality and to not sticking my nose where it clearly doesn't belong. It does occur to me that should you and I conclude our business without being any wiser to the underlying issues, then it may happen down the line that we would both be considered loose ends. So, not to contradict what I just said a few minutes ago about being circumspect, perhaps
I
it
pat
would
you on the
in fact
shoulder.
be in both. Yes, yes.
I pat you on the shoulder and disrupt you. My friend, I'm not saying that you shouldn't make your own thoughts, and I think it's very reasonable to be thinking that way. And I would be quite concerned if you didn't. So I can understand that. However, I don't plan to be near this here anymore in the near future. So, I mean, don't know how this is. I've done my job for a few years, so I know what the risks are impending, and I think you should be fine as long as everything works out from my client side. I don't know too much. Another rule that I keep following is not to know too much information, only those information that I need. That's how we do it. Some people are information dealing. Then it might be more useful, but knowing a few things less can be useful too. And yeah, as I said, he wouldn't have sent me after some convincing to do this kind of talk if he didn't believe that would be a viable option.
Very well.
I mean, those 10 guys, I don't think they had any trouble going further.
Yes. Well, again, I wouldn't want to undermine any sort of understanding that we're coming to. But I'm in the end, I am more concerned about your head and my head than Well. That I was about to say something that might have been untoward.
Speak openly.
Well,
better you speak openly to me than to other people.
Yes. Again, I still find myself concerned that if we are completely unaware of the greater factors surrounding the reasons why you have been tapped for this endeavor, that we may both end up on the wrong side of it.
Yeah.
I was wondering if perhaps we could perhaps share information, which will of course go no further, so as to mutually benefit each other and make sure that we're as aware as possible of what may be coming down the line. So, essentially what I'm trying to do is to persuade you to inform on your client, even though I'm at the same time assuring you that I would never look into your client's business.
Yeah.
Smooth. My sister says hi, by the way.
Hi.
The problem is there's. I think your test is a bit harder because I have blank stare, which is convenient at times like these.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's.
What does blank stare do mechanically?
Yeah.
I think it was one more obstacle, but I have to check again.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you're right.
And willpower was the base obstacle, right?
Mm.
Oh, will not power.
Depending on what he's trying to do. If he's just trying to persuade you, then I think that's willpower.
That sounds right.
Yeah, that's
So,
how
wait.
blank stare works. Plus 1 off.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, this is totally gonna fail. I
Yes.
see it already.
So it's up 7.
Ouch.
Well, I'm already committed. Let me see. What can I fork in to have some outside chance here? Well, falsehood. Should have approached this differently as opposed to gear for falsehood. I'm gonna do astrology just so that I have some outside chance. Maybe observation for like trying to pick up on clues that are being concealed behind a blank stare. Does that sound reasonable?
Observation.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you
as a
use
fork?
I think that's kind of the thing that blank stare does. That observation is harder to do, but.
I mean, yeah, I agree. I agree with Mark a little bit. I don't know if you can fork in observation, but forking in observation just because he has blank stare would defeat the purpose of blank stare, of course.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just observation because it's you are possibly trying to conceal information.
So, are you trying to conceal information? Like, I missed part of that conversation because my sister called. Like, was there in the conversation clearly like some half-hidden information concealment going on?
I concealed pretty much everything. I just said I am a service provider and that my client told me that he should not investigate further.
Okay, yeah. So then I think it makes sense.
Okay.
And don't forget, like +1 ob is worth twice as much as +1 die, so you're still getting that advantage.
Of course.
Okay. I want to spend Artha on this. No, because I'm totally gonna fail regardless of the Artha.
Well, at least we're clear on that.
Yeah. Just so we know.
I mean,
when you have a shitload of persona points, so you might as well. 20
persona points. Keep it going.
What? You have 20 persona points?
No, you have 12.
I do have a lot.
12? Oh, that's still a lot. What the fuck?
Levi has 12? Or Mathers?
Mathers.
Okay.
I'm sitting on a pile.
Burn a bunch of those.
Yeah, not on this. I
At the end, we'll all go.
I mean, if I had like a reasonable chance where putting in persona would give me some sort of confidence that I might succeed, then sure. But
I mean, you can put in multiple persona.
I know.
But yeah, I can see how you didn't want to do that.
In the end, it won't matter because it will come to the same solution anyway. Because you don't lose anything. So.
Okay, I will dump in a persona.
Up to you. Like you don't have to be convinced by random stuff like that.
I mean, persona point in that skill might be nice.
Yes, that would be a reason to do it.
Yeah.
Stuff further down the line.
Yeah. And I have been dumping persona into persuasion, so that someday turning it gray would be kind of cool. Here we go. Well.
Oof.
Fate?
There's. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So you did say your fourth astrology, right?
I did. So, yeah, that's only 3 successes. I will spend fate to...
No. You don't know if that's 3 successes, right? You need to re-roll a success and see if it comes up. If it comes up a success again, then that's still 4 successes. So roll a d6.
Okay.
It's not automatically a failure. It's just a reroll of a success. Okay, so you still have 4 successes.
Okay. Okay, so let me spend the fate, because who knows? No, wow, way off. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
We're lucky.
So I'm gonna go ahead and mark that. And shall we take a break before going forward and seeing exactly what this horrible failure means?
I mean, it's kind of that time. That makes sense.
Makes sense.
Okay, that's
I
all
can-
marked.
Can do a bit of sellout soon.
And okay, so we'll be back soon. Please
Soon.
stick around.